Ever tried to make your living space work for like totally different styles? You know, you want that super clean, minimalist look, but your partner is all about bohemian vibes.
Yeah, it's the classic design dilemma.
It's a recipe for, let's just say, creative differences. But what if I told you there's a way to blend those styles? And no, I'm not suggesting a couples therapist specializing in throw pillow arrangements.
Although now that you mention it,
We're talking AI-powered interior design, where personalized spaces go way beyond just like picking the right shade of gray.
it's really incredible how AI can take someone's lifestyle, their loves, their hates, even things they haven't even thought about, and turn it into a space that feels uniquely them.
Okay, so to see this in action, we're diving into these AI-assisted design makeovers for three totally different people: Aisha, Daniel, and Sophia,
Yeah,
each with their own like design dreams and challenges. And we're seeing how AI tools like ChatGPT, Midjourney, even Luma AI are stepping in to like make design magic happen.
it's wild.
It is. All right, so first up, we've got Aisha, a 29-year-old holistic health coach living in Argentina. Now, you might be thinking, holistic health, probably all about natural vibes, and you wouldn't be wrong. But here's where it gets interesting. Aisha's AI deep dive, it uncovers this like sensitivity to perfumes.
Which, I mean, you don't often see scent profiles
Yeah.
as part of a typical design consultation.
Right. It's like your dream home could smell amazing to you, but give someone else a massive headache. And this is super key for Aisha because her loft isn't just like her home, it's her workspace for yoga, for meditation, the whole shebang.
Multifunctional living to the max. The AI, in this case Midjourney, took all of that and suggested this amazing wallpaper that looks like raw silk, incorporating those natural textures Aisha loves.
Wait, really? AI suggested
Oh,
wallpaper?
yeah, you'd swear it was handwoven.
Okay, see, this is what I love about AI and design. It's not just like, oh, you're into plants, here's a fern. It's about understanding the little things and then coming up with these crazy, creative, personalized solutions.
And for Aisha, one of those solutions was a vertical green space.
Hold up, we're not just talking about like a couple of succulents on a shelf here, right?
I know, think like living wall, maybe even a hydroponic setup.
Hydroponics, the AI suggested that.
It did.
That's next level. It kind of makes sense, though. Her budget's pretty open, so she can go for those higher end, really unique touches. Okay, moving on to our next design subject, Daniel. Aisha's all about that open, airy vibe, but Daniel, he craves the opposite, that sense of privacy, especially when he's in work mode. Let's see how the AI tackled that. He's 45, a design professional and marketing director living in the US.
And get this, he works from home in a shared space with his family.
Oh, so trying to focus on a conference call while the kids are like having a lightsaber battle in the background, that's rough.
Yeah, the AI actually picked up on that need for separation. By going through Daniel's past design projects and feedback, it figured out he's not a fan of like open shelving or super bright colors.
So basically the opposite of what you'd find in like a trendy co-working space. No wonder he's going crazy.
Right. Instead, the AI, this time using ChatGPT, suggests a dedicated home office. It's got this modern feel but still warm and inviting. Think clean lines, maybe some built-in tech. But here's the kicker. It also includes a dedicated relaxation and entertainment space.
Hold on, a relaxation zone in his office. Doesn't that sound like a recipe for procrastination?
It's not about encouraging him to slack off. It's about realizing that family time is super important to Daniel. So having that dedicated space in his office means he can, like, de-stress, recharge, without feeling totally cut off from what's going on in the rest of the house.
Okay, I see what they did there. It's
Yeah.
all about that work-life balance, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of balance, this next part really threw me a curveball.
So get this, despite being, like, super tech-savvy,
Yeah.
Daniel specifically asked for manually adjustable lighting.
What? You're kidding. I would guess he'd be all about that smart home life, you know, everything automated.
You'd think, right.
Yeah.
But it shows that even in our increasingly automated world, sometimes you just want that hands-on control, that intentionality.
That's so interesting. Okay, so we've gone from a vertical garden in Argentina to a tech-savvy relaxation zone in the US. Now let's head over to Iceland, where we find 34-year-old Sophia, a graphic designer and illustrator, looking to revamp her two-bedroom apartment.
Ooh, Iceland.
Right. Talk about change of scenery. And Sophia, she sounds like a true creative spirit. When describing herself, she told the AI that she can solve things on her own and is always on the move. So I'm thinking she needs a space that can keep up with all that energy, right?
Absolutely, and one that reflects her artistic side. Get this, the AI actually suggested using Luma AI, which is amazing for 3D capturing, to make a digital twin of her entire apartment.
Whoa, 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 back up. A digital twin? What is that, like some kind of Matrix thing?
Kind of.
Hmm.
It lets Sophia basically try on different designs and layouts virtually before making any big changes.
So no more of that thing where you spend all day moving furniture around only to realize it looks worse than when you started.
Exactly. It's a game changer.
Okay, that is seriously cool. But her style, she's really into clean lines, that minimalist aesthetic. Did the AI, like, try to steer her towards a specific look?
Not really. It wasn't about making her choose between this style or that. It was more about figuring out what really clicked with her, like natural light, that feeling of openness, even elements that connected back to her life in Iceland.
Which, I mean, when you think about her dislikes, clutter, darkness, noise, it makes sense the AI would steer clear of anything too cramped or chaotic. It's like it was creating this, like, mood board in its system,
Yeah.
using her likes, dislikes, even her environment as inspiration.
Totally. And one suggestion that really stood out to me, there were these Icelandic sheepskin throws and pillows.
Oh, wow, I can see it now.
Right. It adds a touch of texture, warmth, but it's also like bringing a little piece of Iceland into her apartment.
I love that. Okay, so we've got Aisha with her vertical garden, Daniel chilling in his high-tech relaxation zone, and Sophia cozying up with her Icelandic sheepskin. Three totally different people, three totally different design solutions. What's the common thread? What's the AI secret sauce here?
It's all about moving away from those cookie cutter solutions, the ones you see in every magazine, and embracing what makes a space feel truly personal.
So less about following trends and more about creating a home that reflects, like, the real you.
Exactly. Your needs, your quirks, everything.
Okay, so how does that actually work in real life? Like, it's one thing to talk about AI mood boards, but can this tech actually create a space that's both functional and, like, has that personal touch?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine walking into your house after a crazy day and boom, the lights automatically adjust to your perfect evening ambiance.
Okay, yeah, I think get used to that.
Or picture this. You sit down at your desk to work in your home office. It's like it knows, it optimizes itself for focus, maybe even queues up your favorite playlist.
So instead of my current situation where I'm constantly battling clutter and getting sucked into, like, a social media black hole, my space would actually help me stay on track.
Exactly. And it's not just about convenience. This is about designing a space that supports your well-being, physically, mentally,
Yeah.
the whole package.
I'm sold. Where do I sign up? Seriously, though, what's the timeline on all of this? Are we talking about some distant future, or can people actually tap into this AI-powered design right now?
It's still early days, but you're already seeing these technologies pop up in real design projects.
Mm.
Aisha, Daniel, Sophia, they're all proof of that. And as AI and machine learning, as that all gets more advanced, the possibilities are just going to get more mind-blowing, more accessible too.
Okay, so it's not just the stuff of sci-fi movies anymore. But with all this talk about AI and design, I have to ask, what about, like, the human element? Are we all just going to be replaced by robots with really good taste?
I see it more as a collaboration, not a replacement. AI can handle the data, explore options, even create these crazy good visuals, but it takes a human to bring that empathy, that understanding of context, the art of taking someone's vision and making it real.
Because a home, it's more than just an algorithm, right? It's where we build our lives, connect with people, express ourselves.
Exactly. And speaking of expressing ourselves, one of the things I find so fascinating about this whole personalized design movement is how it's shaking up those traditional style categories.
Like back in the day when everyone was trying to squeeze themselves into a box, whether it was mid-century modern or French country.
Right. But with AI lending a hand, people feel more free to create spaces that are truly unique to them, even if their tastes don't fit neatly into one specific category.
So are we talking about, like, a rise in eclecticism, that whole anything goes approach to design?
In a way, yeah. But it's not just throwing a bunch of random stuff together. It's about using AI to curate a space that feels harmonious, cohesive, but still personal, authentic.
Like taking the best of different worlds and blending them together into something totally new? Okay, I have to admit, as much as I love this idea of breaking free from design rules, I'm a bit stuck in my ways. Where do I even begin to define my own style?
That's the beauty of AI. It's like having a personal design assistant, but instead of judging your questionable fashion choices, it helps you create a space you love.
So instead of spending hours on Pinterest feeling overwhelmed by a million different options, AI can help me figure out what actually speaks to me.
Exactly. It analyzes your past choices, things you're naturally drawn to, even your online activity, and uses all that to build a picture of your unique design DNA.
Whoa, that's deep. Okay, now that's what I call a deep dive. It's like having a personal stylist for your home. And speaking of getting personal, remember how Aisha's AI uncovered her sensitivity to perfumes? That level of detail, it's not something most human designers would even think to ask about.
It's true. And those little things, those often overlooked details, they can make or break a space.
Real.
And as AI gets better at understanding us, those are the areas where it can really shine.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. Like, I'm picturing a future where our homes aren't just places we live, but extensions of ourselves designed to, like, make our lives better on every level.
A future where tech helps us create spaces that are beautiful, functional, sustainable, all of it.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind. But speaking of the future, I feel like we've covered so much ground in this deep dive, from AI analyzing scent profiles to, like, Icelandic sheepskin throws. It's clear that personalized design isn't just about, picking the perfect paint color anymore.
It's about so much more than that. It's about those spaces that really reflect who we are, deep down. Spaces that make us feel good, inspire us, help us live our best lives.
And with AI getting more advanced all the time, like, who even knows what's possible? Maybe we'll have homes that change with our moods or, like, anticipate our needs before we even know what we want.
Imagine a home that knows you've had a stressful day and automatically adjusts the lighting, the temperature, maybe even diffuses some lavender oil or something.
Okay, now that's a smart home I can get behind. But with all this amazing tech, it makes you wonder, what about us? What about our own creativity in the design process?
I get it. It's easy to worry that with AI taking over some of the design work, we'll lose that personal touch.
Like, will we become so dependent on algorithms that we forget how to trust our own instincts?
I see it differently, though. I think AI can actually make us more creative, more intentional with our choices.
Really? How so?
Think about it. If AI takes care of the more technical stuff, like figuring out layouts or what size rug you need, it frees us up to focus on the bigger picture, the things that really matter, our vision, our values, how we want a space to feel.
So instead of getting lost in the details of floor plans, we can think about, like, the mood we want to create.
Exactly. It's about rediscovering that joy in design, that personal expression that can sometimes get lost in the process.
You know what? That's so true. It's easy to get caught up in the details and forget that our homes should be a reflection of, like, our own unique stories. They shouldn't just look like a page out of a catalog.
Exactly. And AI can be this amazing tool to help us tell those stories in a way that feels real, authentic.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI and design, I'm left thinking technology is always changing, right? But one thing that never will is our need for spaces that make us feel good, that inspire us.
And that's something no algorithm can replace.
So well said. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll be back next time exploring a whole new set of fascinating topics. Until then, keep those design dreams alive.